Agriculture, my culture. Agriculture, agriculture, agriculture. Horticulture, floriculture, and apiculture. Agroforestry, fish farming, ranching, all in agriculture. Livestock and plantational farming for economic growth. All agriculture, my culture.
Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden in agriculture, and God blessed Abraham with great numbers of livestock. One of Abel, who sacrificed the fattening lamb, with Isaac and Jacob I can't mention. Look at Joseph, saved nations out of famine, made Egypt powerfully rich, all through agriculture. Oh, agriculture, my culture.
The sector is the biggest sector that we have in the country. And the reason why, one, it is underfunded is because people claim they don't see what other people are doing. They keep saying, what are people doing in the agriculture sector? So we came up with this concept to say, no, let us highlight what stakeholders in the agriculture sector are doing, bring them to the limelight, appreciate them, and the central government or the people, policymakers, or people who are able to draw budgets are able to do what? To understand and appreciate that the sector is not dormant.
Why did we decide to partner with annual agriculture awards? Since we are in so much agriculture, and most of our candidates and students and graduates from different universities, from different colleges who go out there to do the internship, they are agriculturists. So there is no way that I can miss to support anything for agriculture, and it's what we are doing right now.
We are very happy to be part of the organizing committee for the 2023 Annual Agriculture Awards. Again, as Grace indicated, this is the second time that the Annual Agriculture Awards are being organized. And for us, as the organic sector, our role is to highlight the excellent work that the organic farmers, the unsung heroes in the organic sector, are doing.
So in Jaba Soil Laboratories, we offer soil fertility management solutions, whereby we advise farmers on how to manage their gardens. But first of all, we recommend the aspect of soil testing, because soil testing is very important. Before farmers were applying fertilizers, we do what we call blanket fertilizer application. But when Jaba came in, we tried to advise farmers test their soils. So we give recommendations. So to know which crop is suitable for the soil, or if the crop is not suitable for the soil, so we either change the soil to suit the crop, or change the crop to suit the soil. So in case we find that the soil is lacking or is having nutrient deficiencies, we recommend you the right type of fertilizer, apply. We also offer advisory training solutions to the farmers, where we train them in different aspects, how to do soil sampling. We train them on good agronomic practices, climate smart practices, the good agricultural practices. So we train farmers in that, both the farmers and the extension workers. We also do garden profiling, because initially farmers could do farming, but that they don't know the acreage. Because ask somebody, how much kilograms of maize did you get? Tells in these 3 acres, how much you get 3 bags. But in actual sense, when you go with your GPS and you measure, it is close to 1 acre. So with that information, we're able to calculate very well the profit vis-a-vis the soil testing, so that the farmer is aware and sure of what he's going to get from his garden after testing. We also do distribution garden maps, because normally we have a database that every sample that comes in the lab, we record them, profile the farmers. So we're able to go into that database and come up different distributions in the country. So we may find generally, maybe in the central region, we said phosphorus is low, depending on our database that we've got, that we have generated for a long period of time. As Jaba, I managed to secure funds from ABI in 2017, and enabled us to establish 2 labs in Male and Kasese, targeting coffee and maize farmers. And with that, we are doing demonstrations, training farmers, testing soils, and advising them accordingly. There are a lot of success stories in the Elgon region. To give an example of Kapshorwa, that area, the farmers were using a lot of fertilizers than in any other area, and they're not getting the yields as they expected. I realized that these farmers actually were doing what called blanket fertilizer application without testing soils, and they put high or under. So when you apply over excess, then under, then you're not getting the right yields. So I'll give an example of the group that gave us the demo gardens. Actually, there are people who have been giving them inputs, but of course, without them testing, and things had refused to turn up. So when Jabba came in, we tested, found out that the soils were very acidic. We thank you so much, ABI, for the support, for helping us through Jabba to change the lives of our farmers, especially the smallholder farmers, countrywide. A lot of success stories coming up out of soil testing, and it's all because of ABI. We were honored to be nominated in the annual Agriculture Awards, second edition, and Jabba was nominated in the Best Agribusiness Award. So we're so grateful. We're very happy because even this information, we got it from one of the farmers who called us immediately. Saw this online. That Jabba, I saw you are nominated. So when you saw it, I think it was right and confirmed. So we are so happy. So the farmers themselves mobilized themselves and were able to vote online. So right now, we are so happy and hope we shall get this award because we're already on top. People have supported us on, people have voted all over, the farmers especially, our partners. So thanks so much, ABI, for this support.
Agriculture is the only business you can have and you're sure you'll pass on to another generation. So today, Jero, which started with 6 dodos, has the following. We have more than 13 species of vegetables. We have more than 21 species of spices. We have more than 10 species of fruit trees. We have food crops, which are for food security, to say cassava, maize, beans, potatoes, millet, everything at Jero Farm, half an acre. You may say, all that at half an acre? No, even livestock is there. We have local hens, we have goats, we have rabbits, and we have vermiculture, rearing of worms. So we are intercropping, integrating different things to live together in harmony, preserving the environment and making sure that we have safe food on the table, smart gardens, and we are also able to eat balanced diet. What are we doing now?
We have been able to train women and youth in understanding that they can utilize the small space available to maximize output in agriculture. In our community already, we have more than 150 young people that are actively involved in agriculture, and we have more than 105 women that have already embraced farming as a business, but using and starting with their available spaces, more specifically in the urban setting, because we appreciate that more than 70% of our day-to-day income and expenditure goes to food.
Jero Farm being nominated under the Agro-Tourism Awards section is not by mistake, because indeed here our cash cow is tourism. People come here to look at, first of all, the smart gardens that we promote, because our intent is in the changing food systems in the urban setting, and so we promote smart gardening.
And we want to, at this moment, thank that whoever nominated Jero Farm. And for us, this gives us now confidence that we are really making progress and we are growing and that we are impacting. Otherwise, I am sure whoever nominated us could have either visited us or have heard about us. And now this gives us a date to do more than what we are already doing.
Sure.
And we promise that we can do it. Together, we'll be able to transform and contribute to the sustainability of our food systems, not only in Uganda, in East Africa, and Africa at large. We want to thank the organizers of the National Agriculture Awards. Thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to participate. And all of us that have come and gathered here today, thank you for appreciating. And we invite you to come and vividly and be able to appreciate that Jero Farm is a growing excellent center of excellency. Come and learn different farming systems.
We are proud of the number of farmers that we're actually helping access markets through our services. we are proud of the jobs that we are creating at farm level with the different farm organizations that we're working with. We are proud of the supply chain optimization that we are driving for agri-commodity off-takers. Case in hand has been Chagalani, that will help just reduce about 30 to 45% of the price. So they are now able to shift that price that they were paying on logistics and add that to actually the price that they are offering to different suppliers, or call them aggregators, that they are buying from or sourcing from different farm organizations, and they're able to actually now pay a better premium. We don't really look at competition, but fundamentally really focus on how our presence really drives collaboration, and from that collaboration, what kind of impact could actually be derived from that. So a basic example is, we could draw from one of the nominees, who's Emma Molimisa, who actually does a lot of, we do a lot of work in imports. For us, being our differences, being focused and very specialized on agri-commodity logistics, but also being the first to the market in this industry, being the pioneers of this specific industry, we're able to collaborate with them to be able to deliver inputs to agricultural households, either at farm or at household. So I think these awards are key when through recognition, they are fundamentally key in raising the visibility of what different value chain players and stakeholders across the agricultural industry are doing. It could just be like, I think I was very impressed to see that insurance service providers, financiers, and more importantly, other value chains such as dairy have been recognized. This is the first of its kind that actually focuses on all value chains. So when raising visibility and raising that awareness, I'm definitely sure that through the voting process, there are people that actually didn't know about agri-logistics, because most of our work is downstream. It's not really upscale here in town, but now they know about it. This is the place that kind of brings together the biggest innovators, suffice to say, like in my category, where we are of agri-tech, and this is the category that you want to be in. I'm definitely sure that there's some new innovation somewhere out there that we don't know yet. But I'm going to watch this, I'm going to look at this, and by watching this and looking at this, they're basically going to say this is where we need to be, and they're going to do everything to be there. So innovation is key, but innovation without recognition equally well finds this, it's their life gone. So that is fundamentally important. So visibility and awareness about the different things happening across the sector, who is doing what, but more importantly is fostering innovation.
If you travel from Kampala to Gulu, Kampala to Masaka, Kampala to Jinja, Kampala to Karamoja, you will see a lot of idle land lying on the sides. Who's owning this land? Is there potential to grow crops on this land? According to FAO, 70% of the land in Uganda is arable, which means you can grow crops. And 40% of this is lying idle. And this is how Agriculture will come in. We connect the people who own these resources to those ones who want the resources. And we will do this in an innovative way. We have Agriculture app, which is available on the Play Store. You just download and be able to share, but as well access the resources.
Knowing about Agriculture Uganda, I got no need from my friends who are talking about it, and they advised me to download an Agriculture app, where I went onto an Agriculture app, saw what some of the activities which they are doing on their app. So I decided to tell on my granny to be part of the Agriculture app. We joined, we saw the services they provide, so we contacted Mr. Dinkins. From there they came and hired our land, where my granny is able to pay for us our school fees. My brothers and sisters are studying, and me also I'm studying.
One of the major problems Slow Food is working to solve by going through organic food production and consumption is to enhance nutrition among people, to ensure that people have access to nutritious and healthy organic foods which are diverse. So we work to ensure that these foods are accessible to each and everyone, including the low-income consumers. When Slow Food Uganda was nominated in the annual Agriculture Awards in the category of the National Organic Sector Award, everyone at office here in Uganda was excited to see ourselves being part of the nominees. But also internationally, all the international countries were excited, and so many people voted for Slow Food Uganda, not only from Uganda but also globally. And with our international Slow Food office, we tried to disseminate this information of our nomination, and so that we ensure that everyone gets to know about this big achievement. So as Slow Food Uganda, to us, by being nominated, it was already a win, because it's a very great achievement for us to be recognized on a national level. And it is actually also empowering not only the staff of Slow Food Uganda, but the entire slow food communities. The people who are members of Slow Food are feeling empowered because their work is being recognized by the national bodies. And this is a very great achievement which Slow Food Uganda can't take for granted.
That have been manning the food industry in this country for more than 30 years. I've also trained the agricultural officers in the area of agriculture, in the area of business, in the area of rural innovations. So this is very key in the transformation of food systems in this country. I have participated in a number of research programs which have generated the useful data that has been used in the development of this country. For example, I was the first person to generate data that was used to set the UNBS aflatoxin management levels, limits in this country, the 10 parts per billion. People recognize what I'm doing. And I think so many people nominated me because, as I told you, I've been interacting with people for more than 30 years. So I'm sure several people know me. And whoever hears about Professor Kaya definitely will remember straight away whom I am and what I am. And I think this is the main reason why they nominated me. When one is a professor, you need to zero down into one area and then follow it up until that area is solved. So I would really love to be remembered on that area, and I will be very happy if the problem of aflatoxin is minimized. It may not necessarily be solved because of the nature of our environment, but if the problem can be minimized, especially having the susceptible foods and feeds below the levels, the limitations, that would be very, very good. That's what I want to be remembered. Awards are very, very, very important. First of all, awards are given based on standards. Okay, that you cannot just wake up and give an award. Somebody must have performed to their expectations or to the expectations of the standards that have been set. Strongly encourage these awards because many people want to work harder so they can actually get these awards that can be remembered in their lives. So it's not a wastage of time at all, and I strongly encourage them.
It started way back in May 1999. That's when I started working as an agricultural officer in a sub-county called Iola sub-county. So I worked in that sub-county for about 2.5 years. Thereafter, I was brought to the district headquarters on an assignment of being a monitoring and evaluation officer of a certain project we call it Household Agriculture Support Program, HASP. It was funded by Danida. I was promoted to a senior agriculture officer just after about 7 years. Then I worked as a senior agriculture officer for another about 8 years. Then I was promoted to the principal agriculture officer. And after in 2015, I was made a district production officer. So that's my journey in extension. So our work as extension workers is to ensure that that knowledge, skills and technology that's generated from the university or academia are transferred to the farmers. So even I was given the award, nominations took place. I was not even aware that I was nominated because one thing which is very important in life is to be recognized for what you do as a person, as an organization, and also make a contribution or a change the livelihood of the farmers in this country. So when such opportunity of awards come in, because the public is given opportunity to also to vote for those who have been nominated, okay? So that's quite very important for us in extension. Whatever we do, we need to be very careful the way we behave in public, the way we behave in private, and even the way we interact with the people, especially the farmers. The awards do motivate staff, because in most cases, I think for quite a long time now, awards where staff have not been put in place, and I think that was its first time as far as station services are concerned. So an award, in a way, motivates somebody. It seems I'm also recognized for my contribution to the extension service development in this country. So it motivates someone to work even harder and inspire others also to do the same.
Na joining Ministry of Agriculture 1992, netandika okuvuga bus bagitanga Staya. Nejivuga okutuuka mu 2010 ng'ekaddiye, kati ne tufuna eno bus eno gy'omulaba Isuzu 2010 nakati. Kuva 2010 gy'emyaka 13 gye nkyavuga nakati era gye nnimu. Twavuganga nga tugenda tupiikinga ba farmers okuva Tororo, Katakwi, twatandikira Katakwi ne tujja nga tuvuga abalimi ne commissioner Mr. Lwakuba ng'ajja basomesa ennima ey'omulembe. Nga bagenda balambula farms ezimu eyo n'ez'emmwanyi. Ba farmers bakuŋŋaananga ne tujja nga tubavuga tugenda e Kawandaali. Bano be navuganga mwalimu officers abayigiriza abasomesa ennima ey'omulembe. Nabo nga bajja ku bantu beeyewala nabo bajje basooke balambule bagende mu Kawanda balabe basiga bino bitooke mu biki mmwanyi byonna nga bagenda nze nga tubavuga nga bajja nga basoma emisomo gyabwe olumala ne tubazaayo gye twabajje gye twajja abalimi awo. Kati abasinga kati okugjako engeri tekinologi ejazze singa bagenda mu workshop ne babateekerako ebifaananyi ennima ey'omulembe naye oli twagendanga ku ground. Baasi eno ngivugidde ebbanga eriwerako, nfunyeemu ebirungi, neebaza Mukama Katonda kubanga nyambye ensomesereza abaana, nfunyeemu okuyiga nange okuyiga ku by'obulimi kuba nagendanga mu misomo ng'egyo nga nange situla mu bbaasi nga nange nvaayo ne babanga basomesa ebintu. Nange nenjiga okulima era nange natandika okulima emirimu zange emitiya n'eyo. Ndi musanyufu neebaza aba New Agriculture Award abannooda ne basiima ne bampa award omwaka guli 2022. Nakati guno omwaka oguzze nsabira era abalimi abalala ne bannange bonna bwe twali n'abalala bafune omukisa nga guno ogutafunibwa. Siguli awo nti buli ssaawa buli omu afuna award.